morning and welcome to the Flareon Solo Run on the RetroBrown channel. This is the last evolution that we need to do until we get to maybe Gen 4 on the Solo Runs, but that's probably going to be quite a while away. I'm not sure if I'm going to tackle Gen 4 anytime soon, really. But this is the last evolution to do on this channel, at least for the Kanto Solo Runs and the Johto Runs, because we've done both Espeon and Umbreon. Our rival for today is going to be Hawk Van Cunningham, who wanted to be called Ham for this, so yeah. We're going to name ourselves RB because that is this channel, and yeah, from there we will go and call our rival Ham. Thank you for subscribing, welcome to the channel, and finally we are getting around to it, you being the rival for this video. I know you've been subscribed a while now, but I got a lot of subscribers at Christmas, so I'm kind of chipping my way through them. So, Flareon is a fire evolution, base stat total of 525, and probably one of the most confusing, stat distributions that I've seen quite a while. For some reason, this fire dog thing has got 130 base attack. That's ridiculous. I never remember looking at Flareon and thinking that should be a physical attacker, but my god, 130 base attack is ridiculous. But we're going to need it, because out of Flareon, Espeon and Vaporeon, Flareon's really the one that is disadvantaged in Gen 1, really, because Fire type is not really the greatest in this generation, just for the amount of coverage that it gets, and also for the amount of major fights that really require a Fire type Pokemon, really. So once we've picked up our Pokemon, we've given Oak his parcel, we can progress on with this run. Now we start off with 4 moves. We start off with Tail Whip, Tackle, Quick Attack and Ember. We can also get Sand... Oh no, we don't get it. We get Sand Attack, which we will not be using. But Ember is going to be really, really good in this early game, just for the fact that most things that you go against are going to be weak to Fire. But considering we are starting off with Fire type moves, that actually does work in our favour for going against Brock. Not for the fact that Fire is super effective, for the fact that it's a special move in this generation, and his Pokemon typically do not have great special stats, meaning Fire type still pretty viable going against Brock, and we can go against him at quite a low level. We are going to go against the Light Years trainer here as well, just to get a little bit more experience, because we do not level up pretty quickly. Ember will be a free shot on the dig list, but we have taken a lot of HP going into the Sandshrew. We get hit by Sand Attacks, which... cheesy assholes. And we do take a loss here against the Sandshrew because we missed so many attacks. This time around though, we're going to go for a combination of Quick Attack and Embers to try and take it down. And this time around we get much better luck, especially when we've been Sand Attacked 4 times. But yeah, let's see how we do against Brock anyway. As I said earlier, because we do have a Fire type move and it is special, we do deal out decent damage. We also get the chance to burn, which wastes one of his turns, while Brock goes through one of his 6 full heals for both his Pokemon. Yeah, this guy's got 6 full heals for both Pokemon. It's crazy, isn't it? But Ember alone just makes this fight so easy for us, and we beat him at level 12. We pick up the move for Bide, which, you know what, actually might be usable, considering the next gym coming up is the Water-type gym. And we progress through Mount Moon here. We've got quite a few trainers we need to go against that are mandatory, and I also go for an option 1 against the Jigglypuff trainer here, just for the fact that we get a little bit more work with. And I also I messed up and used Bide here, so we have lost a tiny bit of time, but it's not going to be anything too substantial. Once we wake up, we use Tackle, we get it down, and then progress through at Cerulean City. With Cerulean City, of course, comes Misty as the Water-type trainer, but we also have the Super Nerd here in Mount Moon to contend with, who's a mandatory fight, but he's not a problem for a level 16, 17 Flareon. Reason why we are going up a little bit in the levels is just for the fact we can then tank a few more hits against Misty, because Bide strats here are going to be what we need. We're going to go against Ham here first to start off with in Cerulean City. And annoyingly, we do get Sand Attack straight away. You're bringing out the cheesy strats here, mate. Anyway, the Abra is a free fight, and so is pretty much the Rattata with our massive 130 attack. Quick Attack is a great move to be using. We do annoyingly go down to the Squirtle here, but that is just because we lost so much HP because of that Pidgeotto. We need to take it down quicker. We need to make sure we do not get hit by Sand Attack all too much. And we go into the second attempt with a lot more HP to work with. We need to make sure we use Quick Attack on the Rattata because it also does use Quick Attack itself. Bide was a misclick there. And we're all down at 24 HP. So all that at the start where we were trying to conserve HP meant nothing. But we still had more than enough to work with to tank a few bubbles and get the win here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always remember Flareon getting Dig. But for some reason this generation it can't get Dig, and I don't know why. I just feel like that's part of my memory with Flareon. Anyway, Misty is going to be a hard fight for us. Because of her AI, she can see that we're weak to Water-type moves. She will spam that completely. And yeah, we're going to need more levels to do this, because we do not outspeed her at this range. At level 24 we can tank Water Guns a bit more comfortably, but we still take a hell of a lot of damage. We get down to 3 HP, and thankfully she went for an X-Defend. If she had not gone for an X-Defend there, we would have lost that fight 100 times over. With 2 badges in tow, we can progress down to Vermilion City to go and get the 3rd badge. But of course, we also want to go and get another incredible move for this run, which is going to be Body Slam. Reason why we want Body Slam, again, I will allude to our 130 attack stat. Yeah, Body Slam's going to take advantage of that completely, and it's going to save us so much time in this run. So Body Slam is now just one-shotting everything. Typically, I'm always quite high leveled at this point in the game, just from the amount of mandatory fights you need to go against. And this rival fight on the SSN is never too much of a problem. We spend an inordinate amount of time going against the Vermilion City's gym puzzle, just trying to find these bloody switches. Who thought this was a good idea? Like, this is just tedious. Surge ain't going to be a problem for us whatsoever. We can outspeed the Voltorb, but either way, Body Slam will just one-shot everything in its path. Oh, we take a lot of damage from the Raichu there, but we should have went for Quick Attack to finish it off. When you do these runs a lot, you tend to just mash the A button a lot just to get through these fights. And yeah, this time I did go for Quick Attack to get the win. But considering we're already at level 27, going against the level 24 Raichu with Thunderbolt, we should really be one-shotting it, to be honest. Now, if you want to get back to Cerulean City pretty quickly, you go into the Chairman's house straight after Vermilion City, and then you go use Dig in there. For some reason, you can get back to... Well, if you hadn't gone to the Pokemon Center in Vermilion, you can use that little trick to get back to Cerulean City and save some time. In Rock Tunnel, we do have to worry about the Exploding Hiker. We don't have a HP recovery move. We have picked up the TM for rest, but I also didn't want to use it at this point. But yeah, the Exploding Hiker is a problem. Rock Throw is super effective against us, and for some reason it just decides to hit every single time. But we need to make sure that he's using Rock Flow instead of Self-Destruct. That way we can get enough Embers in to get a win. But with Rock Tunnel completed, we can now progress on to the Lavender Tower in the next Ham fight. So Ham here is just about at the level that we are, really. He's about 5 levels below us at the most, I think. And annoyingly we do get put to sleep and then barraged, but because we have decent bulk, we don't really have to worry too much about being hit by barrage. We can outspeed most things, even though our base speed is not too high off what Pidgey's was a few videos ago. And that progresses us on to the 4th gym, which should, in theory, be easy for us. But as you can see on my moveset there, we don't have Flamethrower. We only have Ember. We do not get Flamethrower until level 54, and most likely we are going to be getting Fire Blast before that. Yeah, who decided to put like the best Fire-type moves so late on in the game for a lot of Pokemon? It's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, Flareon is just sweeping through this gym. We don't even need to use Embers, really. We are just body slamming our way through, taking advantage of that high attack stat, and we get the 4th badge pretty comfortably. This brings us to the Rockets in Lavender Tower, who, to be honest, not too much of a problem. Oh no, wait, not Lavender Tower. These are the Rockets in the Rocket Game Corner, because we need to go against Giovanni. And you know what? Ember is still very viable in this fight here. We have picked up the double-edged TM because even though we aren't using HP recovery moves, we deal out massive damage with that attack. Body Slam is still there to make sure we don't take recoil, but Double Edge is just doing that slightly bit better on the damage output. Now we can go over to Lavender Tower and beat the rivals there, get the Poker Flute, and then open up the game massively. You might be wondering, what other moves could we really utilise? Well, looking at our TM moveset, we've got most of the good ones there. We could pick up Mimic. We're definitely going to get Fire Blast as we beat Blaine, but there's not all too much that a Flareon actually gets to work with. Its best move at level 54 being Flamethrower, it's going to be locked in that late game, so we are going to only get to that when we get to the league pretty much. We're going to have to use what we have to make sure we can get through the rest of this run. And I'm so glad you get Body Slam early on. It's my favourite TM in Gen 1 for the fact that it's high power, 100% accuracy, and it's got the chance to paralyse. It is a beast of a move. If your Pokemon can learn it, I definitely recommend picking that up for when you do solo runs yourself, or just in general for a normal run. It is just that good of a move in Gen 1. So against Ham in Silph Core, we are not worrying too much about this one. We've got a pretty diverse moveset, even with just normal type moves and one singular fire type move. And thankfully this Blastoise does not go for anything more powerful than Bubble here. Body Slam gets the paralysis and we get a first time win against the Blastoise. We pick up our Surf Strength HM user and progress on to Giovanni. Now we still don't have anything really more than Ember to be using against the rock type Pokemon here, but it's still not going to worry us all too much. Kangaskhan gets a lot of damage out with Comet Punch, and it's stupid amount of damage out really. And then that brings us into the Rhyhorn, where it's going to be about a 4-hit KO with Ember. Well, less than that if we get the burn, but that burn was also definitely needed, so it cut its attack down. We then get poisoned against the Nidoqueen before taking it down with 2 Body Slams. And this just opens the game up even more. We're going to go straight against Sabrina now. We're in Silph Core to take the shortest route, and this should be an easier one. With us being a physical attacker as well, we can outspeed most things, I would say. We can't really outspeed it from what I was seeing there. Yeah, we don't outspeed anything in her gym. Unless we use Quick Attack. Yes, we are still using Quick Attack this late on into the run. We can outspeed the Venomoth, which is good. And thankfully, we only get hit by Psywave. We paralyze the Alakazam, giving us a chance to outspeed, and now we get the 5th badge. Quite happy with that one. First time win. You can't go wrong with a first time win. Digging out of Saffron, we're now going to go straight over to Fuchsia City, because that's where the next badge goes, and of course the Surf TM is locked in this town, in the Safari Zone. We also use the bike glitch to make sure we don't have to go and pick up a bike. Yes, I do allow this glitch just because it's not breaking the game, it's just meaning we miss out something on the time. Anyway, Koga's gym, as I've said on so many videos before, Koga is not the problem in this gym. It's his 2 mandatory gym trainers. Because even though it's a poison gym, they all have just psychic Pokemon. Not one of their Pokemon is the poison type, they are all psychic type trainers. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. Soul Badge is on the line here, and this is going to be an easy fight for us. As long as we can Body Slam and outspeed his Pokemon, we've got nothing to really worry about. There's no point in us learning Leah, although it would help us out with lowering defense, but that I could just deal out more damage over 2 turns doing that anyway. Body Slam on the Weezing's going to be a free shot, and thankfully we do not see Self-Destruct. There is 6 gym badges, and it's been a while since we've lost, so this is looking pretty good. We are making up very, very good time. We're currently right now on the same sort of level as Vaporeon and Jolteon in performance, but the league will change all of that really. We are going to go through Burnt Mansion here, because you have to get the secret key. And this is the quickest route that you can do where you don't have to go against any trainers whatsoever. You can pick up the Blizzard TM there if you really need to against this statue. And you can also pick up 2... damn, we went against this guy. We're going to lose a little bit of time there thanks to that. And of course, because I didn't go for Body Slam. So yeah. Anyway, what did you guys think of the Magneton video recently? Like, how random was it that Magneton did that well in Gen 1? Like, crazy amount, isn't it? Yeah, I was really impressed. Once you've found the secret key, you can dig out, fly back to Cinnabar Island, and we will see against how we do against the Fire-type Master. I'm saying he's the Fire-type Master, we're going to be beating him, so technically we're the Fire-type Master here. And if you're wondering, I did get all the questions right this time. Yeah, even though I've done 131 of these runs now, I sometimes do get the questions wrong just because I'm mashing through it, pressing A so quickly or pressing B so quickly. Okay, it's Fire v Fire. And we're not going to use Fire-type moves. We're just going to go body slamming. That's got to be terrifying for some of these Pokemon. It's like, oh, it's a little dog. No, it's body slamming me. We managed to get the Arcanine paralysed and then 3 body slams taken down from there. We're going to skip using Fire Spin because I hate Fire Spin. 15 power and 70% accuracy. It's an awful move. The only time I've ever seen Fire Spin look good is on the Charizard, like, TCG card. Like, when it had 120 power on the shiny Charizard in like, the very first base pack. Like, how cool was that Charizard? It's probably the reason why it's so iconically expensive as well. Me and Wacko Goldfish, we're friends in real life. He's a streamer. Currently not streaming at the moment for whatever reason he's got, but yeah. We currently were going through all of our old Pokemon cards that we found in like our family's lofts, and we've managed to find a shit ton of cards from, and we only collected from the very first 2 generations. We've got some rare cards there. We need to start putting them onto the markets and seeing what we can get for them. Annoyingly, no shiny Charizard yet, but we have found some good ones. And multiple shinies as well, so we might be in the money soon. Soon find out. Anyway, reason why I'm telling you that is because the Giovanni fight was very non-eventful. We've got Flamethrower now. We can progress on to the league and see how we do against Ham again here. We've also picked up Flamethrower at level 54. Now, have we? No, we got Fire Blast. I was going to say we aren't level 54 yet. We have got Fire Blast because of Blaine, and that is going to help us get through these Rock-type Pokemon a lot quicker. We don't take really too much damage from Fury Attack. Body Slam will one-shot most other things, really, or 2-shot at the least. And Fire Blast is just tearing through his team. We're going to go for Body Slam against the Alakazam. It's probably the biggest threat that we have against him, but a Quick Attack can also do big damage. We get a Paralysis on the Blastoise straight away, and the Hydro Pump hits, giving us a loss. This is what happens when you do not concentrate on what you are doing. I probably should have been going for double edges there to deal out more damage after the paralysis, but either way. We are going to sail through this at level 50. We used a few of our rare candies to try and get to this. This just means we've got a bit more power behind us. We can paralyze the Execute. It goes for Solar Beam of all things. And the Alakazam in Vein puts up a Reflect. It's not going to help it all too much. We are going to take it down pretty quickly. And now we're going into the Blastoise with more HP to work with. We get the Paralysis first time and tank a Hydro Pump on 2 HP. Thankfully, the Paralysis was the deciding factor there, and we managed to progress onto the league. We've only 4 HP after that fight. That was a close one. And that's just giving you a bit of an idea of how deadly Ham is going to be in that final fight. With all 8 gym badges and the rival beaten, it is time to progress to the Elite Four. And of course, to the Elite Four comes a big problem to start with. Normally an Ice-type trainer would not be a problem for a Fire-type, but she's not just an Ice-type trainer, she's a nice Water trainer majoritively. Like, 4 out of her 5 Pokemon have got the Water-type on their typings. Slowbro is not an Ice type, but to be fair, there's not many Ice types in Gen 1 really. You've got Lapras, you've got Articuno, you've got Dugong, you've got Cloyster, Jinx. You've got enough for just one team, but one of them's a legendary, so you can understand why they put a Slowbro on there. We lose the first attempt, annoyingly, but we have gone up to level 55 now where we've learned Flamethrower, and this is going to be very, very helpful. Fire Blast does not have 100% accuracy, and you know me, I do not like moves that are not 100% accurate. Which is why Flamethrower is, in my opinion, the better fire type move, because it's more reliable to hit, and it's doing tons of damage, but Fire Blast is still well needed, because it will deal out more damage when it hits, and that's how we get through the Lapras. Bruno's up next, and to be fair, fire type moves all the way, it's just going to be a complete sweep here. Like, 5 Fire Blasts, 5 wins. It's an easy fight. Oh, we missed. There you go. That's why we don't use Fire Blast as much. It does deal out a lot of damage, but yeah, we get the win pretty comfortably. We don't even lose a point of HP against Bruno, and we put him back in the trash where he belongs. Agatha is a different story. We are limited to only using our fire type moves. Thankfully though, it does deal out quite a lot of damage. Annoying thing though, we do get put to sleep pretty quickly, and then she starts using Dream Eater, and we've seen this 100 times over so far. And I'm probably one of the few channels that can actually say we've seen that 100 times over so far. Oh man. So this time around at level 56, 57, we use the last of our rare candies, and she switches out after Golbat nearly goes down. The worst thing about this fight is just the amount of status effects that get thrown your way. You need to get through Confusion and Sleep and even Poison sometimes. I would say Poison is still probably the best one to be afflicted with, because then you don't get afflicted by anything else apart from Confusion. Confusion is not... It's not like a... I don't know why it never got classed as a proper status effect, but it can even be confused and slept at the same time. Anyway, now comes a big challenge. We go against Lance and his Gyarados to start off with, and we don't even do half damage with Body Slam. Yeah, we're going to have to level up a bit. We leveled up to level 63, and this is where we lost the time on the run. Just Gyarados for Lance was the problem. We can use Body Slam to get through majority of the Pokemon. Flamethrower on the Aerodactyl is probably the best thing to do. We get hit by big Hyper Beam, and if we get hit by one more Hyper Beam on the Dragonite, we're probably going to lose here. It's annoying as well, we get hit by a Dragon Rage, but this is the whole reason why I put Rest on our moveset at this point. Fire Blast is not going to do all too much to a Dragon, but we can get it burnt, and we can rest back up. And there we go. Elite Four has been done, and there is just the Champion Ham to contend with. Here we go. Can Flareon match its brethren in the end time? It can't do it in the levels because both of the others did it in a little bit lower levels, and we're already reaching level 64 here. Body Slam, pivotal for the first two Pokemon. We burn the Rhydon as well, which is perfect. Then comes the Arcanine. We get it paralysed, and he misses his first Leer. That's actually added to our badge boost, which I did not set up, so it's technically still in the rules because I can't avoid it if they do it. And then 2 Body Slams gets us the win against Ham. We didn't even see the Hydro Pump there. What time did Flareon finish on? We finished on level 65, which is pretty high leveled. But what time did we finish on? 3 hours 36 minutes. That's a strong high tiering run. But he is not going to beat either Flareon, or Vaporeon or Jolteon. And that's all evolutions done as a solo run on the RetroBrown channel. Which one was your favourite? Let me know down in the comments. Even the Eevee run. I'd love to know if you like that one more than the other 3. But yeah, with that, let's roll that wheel, spin that wheel, and we will see what we get left. First up is Tentacruel. We have not done anything from this line since about video 30-ish. Second up is Tentacruel again. Yeah, I guess we're going with Tentacruel for this next run then, because this came up twice. Probably going to see there's quite a lot going into the later stages. Dragonite is up second. I kind of wanted to do the Dragonite run, but the wheel has spoken, and Grimer's came up again. Really wants to have a solo run, that Grimer. If you got to this point in the video, guys, please smash that like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next week for another solo run. Take care.